Good morning everyone, hope you're all doing very well, hope you enjoyed the last episode. In today's episode, quite a few things happen. We get the engine back together, the car goes off for welding, which involves getting outside for the first time of 6 or 7 months, which I'm very excited about, and the garage gets a little bit of a spruce up as well. These are quite exciting steps as the car is finally going to start having things being put back into it permanently. Once the sills are welded and all of the other parts are fixed up, then we can finally start repainting and getting parts back in the car. But first off, I hope you enjoy this little montage of the engine going back together. This is throwing back a couple of weeks, so still trying to play catch up, but I think this will be the last episode where we're doing that. The rest of it is all up to date. So thanks very much for sticking by us, and I hope you enjoy.
Looking low, I'll walk away this time. Another unsuccessful view. Remedy revives the light we've lost, but I can't shake you, take you out of my mind. 'Cause I see reflections of you in everything I won't do. So how do you want to make your bed this time? 'Cause we've been lying too long. 'Cause we've been lying too long. Sculpted force, the part endorsed by you. It grows from doubt, controls the view. Empathy blinds the eyes you knew. And I can't shake you, take you out of my mind. 'Cause I see reflections of you in everything I won't do. So how do you want to make your bed this time? 'Cause we've been lying too long. 'Cause we've been
So yeah, it's been a decent day, just been trying to get all the auxiliaries back on and clean them up as best I can, just taking my time to make sure they all look as good as possible. I'm well aware that the car's going to be doing a lot of mileage and is going to be travelling a long way, so I don't want to go to town with making sure everything is pristine, because it's just not one of those builds. But it's been very therapeutic to get it all as clean as I possibly can for the sake of doing this. And yeah, very proud of it. I think it looks pretty smart. Just hopefully it runs like it went. Hopefully it runs as well going back in as it did coming out, but we'll see. So, good morning everyone, hope you're all doing very well. Today we have a fairly simple task. The car is going for welding, which means that we need to get it back on the ground and we need to get all the rest of the interior out. Pretty much just got the door cards to take out because we took everything else out, if you remember, beforehand. But before we do that, I have got something to show you because it's so sick. The brake calipers fit, which is something I didn't know would happen, but they fit, not so much just here, not so much just like this, but they fit under the Ronals that I have. I'll show you them now under the wheels, but they fit, or at least the front of the caliper fits by about 0 point something of a mil. It is ridiculous how close they are. These discs are the old discs. They're the ones from the original setup, so they're going to be at least 50 mil bigger than that already. So I've got the adapters. They're from Epitech. Well, they're made by Epitech, but I got them from, I'll put a link here somewhere. I can't quite remember. But the calipers just in the arch look absolutely wicked. I am so gassed at how they are turning out. So yeah, today's challenge, get the car back down on the ground, roll it around outside, take some photos of it outside because it would be nice to see it in the sunshine again and back on all 4 wheels. And then I think I'm probably going to take the opportunity to clean the whole garage up because it is a mess from the last few months of working on it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the next few bits and hopefully see the car outside for the first time in 6 months. Long time. Nice one. So we've got the door card out. It's obviously still got the plastic, which is surprisingly intact all the way across. Just pulling out at the bottom some random bits of, I think it's sound deadening. Been rattling around in the door, which is probably why it sounds so rattly every time I close it. If I flip the camera upside down and show you the underside of the door, it is pretty rotten under there. The only thing I am torn about now is the fact that the plastic's put in perfect condition, about whether it's worth putting the sound deadening back in. Obviously it'll make a difference on the longer drives, but I'm going to be re-sound deadening the rest of the cabin. Leave me a comment to help, because like I said before, I don't know particularly what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before, so I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, and if it's worth cutting through the old plastic that's still there. Granted, it probably doesn't make a massive difference, but in regards to keeping the moisture out, it's always worth it. So yeah, get the other door card off and then we're pretty much ready to go. So for what I believe to be the first time in 7 months, 6 or 7 months, the car is back outside. It's very cool to see. Yeah, so the car will be going around for welding, just to fill up all those holes that we discovered in taking it apart. Once that's done, it does mean that we can start to get all of the stuff back in the car and start painting it and start progressing in the right direction. I'm going to paint the interior. I've got a certain type of paint. I will show you it once I've got it. And I'm also going to put new sound deadening in. Then we can start looking at doing all the gear linkage and things like that. Need to run all the brake lines, mount the ECU, and obviously mount the engine and stuff. That's going to be the other side. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and clean up the garage a little bit. Try and get back some of the nice clean space that we had before. If I can try and find some paint, I might repaint the floors as well, just while we haven't got a car in here. But first I'm going to go take some photos of the car outside. It looks good out inside. I like seeing the paint back in the sunshine.
Sculpted force, the part endorsed by you. It grows from doubt, controls the view. Empathy blinds the eyes you knew. And I can't shake you, take you out of my mind.
Didn't get a chance to film it being pushed around, but it is ready to go. The chap who is welding it up has this absolutely beautiful Ford Granada. It's running like a 2.7 V6. I believe it's a 2.7 V6, but it's like, it sounds amazing, it looks amazing. I'll see if I can get him to start it up just before it goes in, but it's absolutely wicked. So yeah, the car should be back at the end of the week, and then we can start putting stuff back in it. Really exciting. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting us. I'll do a little montage of this car before we go, and then yeah, I might come down tomorrow and finish up some bits and put it in the end, but for now, this will do. Nice one, thank you.